Hello, fellow insurgents, and welcome to another thoughts on the new hero. Spotlight, I guess? I think that sounds right. The newest hero to get patched in is Rexxar and Misha. He should be called Rexxar and Misha. He's from the World of Warcraft franchise, and he is an assassin. Now, he just got patched in a couple of hours ago, if not just an hour ago. He seems really interesting. I have a build here that I've looked through and studied. I think it's the best for him right now. My first thoughts on him. It's more of a tanky build. And first, let's go over the talents. Actually, no. First, let's go over the abilities. So, first ability Q is Spirit Swoop. We deal damage to enemies in a line and slow them. And it looks like this. So it's not a very long skill shot, not very wide, but it will slow them down. W is Misha Charge, which this is our bear, Misha. She charges in a line, dealing 135 damage and stunning enemies. Looks like that. So not a very big distance, but it will stun them. E is Mend Pet. We heal Misha for a lot of health, over 5 seconds. That's how we keep her alive in fights, really. Now, for the heroic that we take, we will explain at level 10. So we'll get to that in a minute. Our trait is Misha Follow. We activate to command Misha to stay by our side. And it also explains that when Misha dies, she will revive in 24 seconds. Now, what this does, we'll explain it like this. So right now, Misha's following us. She's following us. And then Arthas comes along, and we have her attack. Now, we can walk away, and she's still going to attack. Now, if we get a certain distance away, I believe she follows us. Yep. I believe she follows us, but she's attacking, and she starts getting low. We can press D, and she will immediately come to our side and stay by our side. And not attack until we press it. Then she will attack. You can see Mend Pet going out, healing her. So that's that. What do we need to do here to stop the toggle minions? Okay, now for the talents. Level 1, pick up Hunter Gatherer. It's basically a regen master. Collecting regen globes permanently increases the health regeneration of you and Misha by 1 per second. Second one, level 3, or 4 rather. You take Hungry Bear. Misha's basic attacks heal her for 4% of her maximum health, keeps her alive and fights more, because that's all she can really do besides pounce with the W is auto attack. Level 7, take Blood of the Rhino, increases Mend Pet duration by 5 seconds. It's already for 5 seconds, so adding 5 would be 10 seconds, and the cooldown itself is 10 seconds, so by the time this ends, you can already heal her back, so you can constantly keep that on her forever, which is really crazy. For your heroic, level 10, Bestial Wrath, it increases Misha's basic attack damage by 150% for 12 seconds. When we activate that, it gives her just a big power boost. The cooldown is 50 seconds too, so it's not even that long. Because we really need to buff out Misha. We'll show you that in a minute. The other heroic is Unleash the Boars. We release a herd of boars that track down all enemy heroes in a direction, dealing 250 damage, revealing and slowing enemies by 40% by 5 seconds. Now, it does 250 damage at level 21. So it really doesn't, it's not damaging at all. It does slow them so your team can catch up. That's really good. It reveals them. That's really good if they're stealthy. They can't get away. And it does deal some damage. So it's not an awful talent, but for this build, focusing on Misha and her staying alive and her dealing the most damage, take Bestial Wrath. For level 13, we would take Wildfire Bear. Misha deals 64 damage per second to nearby enemies. It's basically a Burning Rage, but just for Misha, because she's really going to be the one in fights. Because as you can see, Rexxar here only has 3,750 health at level 21. So he can go down really fast, especially to like a Kale Fast or something. but Misha has 4,200. So she's tankier than him, and she can survive a lot more. So we will just explain your playstyle and positioning in fights after we go over the talents. So. Now this kind of depends on the team, but if they have any kind of Illidan, Raynor, Vala, auto attack champions, you take Primal Intimidation, which they usually do. Enemies that basic attack you or Misha have their attack speed slowed by 40%. That's insane, especially if Misha's in the middle of fights like she should be. Taking up some damage, dealing damage, you being there as an extra body, just slowing down the enemy team's attack speed, which is really good. The other ability I was thinking of would be Feign Death, which is kind of like an ice block for Rexxar, but Misha does not get it. Instead, you control Misha afterwards, so it's kind of cool if Rexxar dies. If Rexxar is about to die, to pop that, and then you can control Misha and try to save Rexxar. Because if Rexxar dies, it counts as a full death, and Misha goes away too, for a full death timer. If Misha dies, it counts as a quarter of a death, like a Murky or a Lost Viking, and she respawns, like I said, in 24 seconds. So you really need to keep Rexxar alive in fights. He's your main. He's the hero. Misha's not the hero, so that's important to know. That's why you would take Feign Death, but Primal Intimidation I think is better. Level 20 talent would be Hardened Skin. Now, Spirit Bond increases the duration of Bestial Wrath by 50%. It lasts for 12 seconds now, so it would last for 18 seconds. That's alright. And her basic attacks will heal Rexxar for 50% of the damage dealt. Now, she doesn't deal a lot of damage, burst damage I would say, with her auto attacks. It is some to keep Rexxar alive, but Rexxar isn't really going to be getting hit in fights. Unless he's getting focused down, which they might do. He's kind of a weird hero. That's why if you take Hardened Skin and say Rexxar is getting focused down, you pop that, it's you and Misha take 75% less damage for 4 seconds. So you can survive pretty much anything while Rexxar and Misha are kiting them and getting them down. So that's the build. It's very, with the last 3 talents, kind of a stand to win. One of my stand to wins with the Imposing Presence and Burning Rage. The Hardened Skin really is a necessity for this build, I would say, for 100%. Now, in fights, here's what you should be doing. Rexxar, I said, is very squishy. Very squishy. Misha is also squishy, but not as squishy at all. So we can send her in here to attack him while you're at a safe distance, because if ever Misha was to take significant amounts of damage, you want to call pet so she can run away. You need to be at a safe distance for her. Throwing owls out, going to slow Arthas while she's attacking, and as we can see, we can just mend pet here and call her back. Let's show off her heroic, or our heroic rather. We can pop that. As you can see, she glows kind of blue, and she's just going to deal extra damage. She's dealing 370, it looks like. Pop mend pet, and she can kill Arthas there. That's pretty cool. So you can send Misha to attack one thing, while you attack another, I believe. Yep. She will go right to attacking. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, so she only comes in contact. She's passive when you press call pet, so. Always keep Rexxar in the back lines of a fight. He can auto-attack ranged. It's actually kind of cool. If you go into melee range, he will melee strike it, which is pretty cool. Just a tidbit that I like. How about that? That will pretty much wrap up this thoughts on Rexxar. Right now, I played, as you can see, I was in it for a little bit, but I don't know how good he'll be in this meta, personally. I don't think very good, in my opinion. He does have some unique aspects with controlling 2 characters, Misha and Rexxar, but I don't know. I still think a Kael'thas can blow him up very quickly, being an assassin standpoint. I'm not really sure. There's not really a select time where I think you would choose to pick Rexxar over any other assassin. So, maybe he'll get changed. Maybe watching people play him in quick matches, you can really see how he'll mold into the meta. Maybe he will be good. But right now, I don't think he'll be fitting in, personally, which is a little unfortunate, but that's okay. His art is really cool. And if you look at his skins, they're really cool too. So if you like this thoughts on, please leave a like and subscribe. Check us on all the social media accounts below. And you guys have a wonderful day.